All right. So if you've watched my podcast before, you know I've talked about the show Alone. I'm a big fan of the show Alone. It's a great show as far as survival shows go. I have a couple gripes. This is going to be kind of a review. I don't know if you've watched the show, then you'll probably know what I'm talking about. Let me pop this up here. Um, okay, obviously this is the IMDb channel for the show. I'm on season. I've skipped season 8 and 9, just the way the stupid Netflix and stuff works. But I've watched 1 through 7, and now I'm on season 10. And I don't know. You watch this show. Obviously, the contestants have watched the show prior to going on the show, or they're dumb. You're going to do that. So you'll have seen some of the mistakes that some of the other people have made in previous seasons, but yet they still continue to make the same mistakes. So I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's just these are dumb people doing this. They're told maybe to do it, or they're so egotistical they think that they can do it better than the last person. I don't know. One of the big things, if you're watching the show, you'll know this, is some people save food. I don't understand this whole idea of saving food. For one, you don't have a refrigerator. It's super hard to save food in the wilderness because everything's trying to eat it, and it's going to go bad. There's various different things that can happen with that. And what's the point of it? You can eat more than your caloric burn in a day, and your body will just store it as fat. That's a good idea when you're surviving. So I don't understand this whole idea, but they do it. Maybe it's a mental thing. I don't know, but it never turns out well. It seems something happens all the time. They do these various things to try and hide the food. That's another thing. So you've seen I'm sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't watched the show. If you haven't, or if you've watched the show, then, and you're watching this, then you're probably just looking for a review. If you haven't watched the show, well, maybe turn this off, go watch the show, come back and see what the review is, so then you can share my thoughts on the show with me, and plop some comments in of your own. But that's one of my big gripes. So somebody previously has done like a high thing where they hide some of the food up high. Animals always get up there. Wolverines, things like that. They climb and they get the food. Another thing they do at times, they'll eat something small and stupid like a squirrel or something like that doesn't provide a whole hell of a lot of nutrition anyways, or calories. Excuse me. And then they're just, putting themselves through risk of getting something weird. I think this is dumb. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think that's a really stupid thing. I don't know why they continue to do it. They've seen people do it in the past and, maybe take themselves out of the competition because of it. There's another one where somebody drank water without boiling it. Yeah. Like, come on, man. These are supposed to be survivalists. People are losing stuff. I don't know. Again, I don't know if this is like a mental break, if this is something where, you're out in the wilderness and then, as they say, all your good plans are screwed up with a punch in the face sort of thing. And maybe being out in the wilderness like that is the punch in the face and it just throws them off. I don't know. But they seem to do it. And this other one, and if you watch the show, you'll know this one probably gets on your nerves too, gets on my nerves. They wait forever to build a shelter. So obviously when you get out in the wilderness, at first, you're full of piss and vinegar. Your belly's full, I'm guessing. This would be the best time to utilize that strength and ability to build yourself something sustainable to stay in for the long term. But a lot of them don't. A lot of them will wait like 2-3 weeks, and then they're building a bit a day, building a bit a day. But of course, they're at that point they haven't eaten a lot, so they're low on calories. It's just so stupid to me. I don't understand it. This is one of the gripes I have with the show, because you're getting some of the supposed to be the best survivalists to come on the show, and some of them look like just backyard warriors. And I'm sure there are a ton of other people that apply for the show, and I don't know what, I know they do some kind of testing to make sure that people are able to survive, but some of these people do not look like they can survive very well in the wilderness, and they don't do very well at all, and they quit after like a week or two. So it's basically a battle of attrition. And then there's some people that just go in fat. You go in fat and you hope that you're just going to be able to starve for, 75, 80 days, whatever it's going to take to win the show. That's stupid too. So I don't know, a couple gripes. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've watched the show, if you've got the same gripes as I do, if you've got other ones that I maybe haven't even talked about, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, I think it's a good show. I think it's worth watching. It gets a 8.4 on IMDb, so it's got a high rating, and I do watch it. So I just have these gripes about watching it. So I'm sure you do, and I looked it up online, and there's some people that say various different things, but I've never really seen the one about the saving food thing, which is probably my biggest one. Just eat the fucking food. I don't get it. All right. Yeah. We'll end on that.